Hi everybody, I'm joined with a male spirit called Rufus. Rufus is an eccentric character and he was a Second World War veteran and he served in Egypt and North Africa. Okay, he's saying he used to collect objects. They weren't necessarily old, ancient objects, but they were objects that used to trigger memories in his mind. He used to like wearing a sorry, he's just come to me. He went away and he's come back with a deer stalker on, and okay, and he's just gone away and put a military pillbox hat on. So yeah. Okay, right. He's showing me that they were on his passing. There were tribal masks and things. He says he didn't want any animal trophies. He says he didn't think he had the right to take an animal's life. So he used to use wooden tribal masks that people used to give him. But he brought a lot back from Egypt and North Africa, different bits and bobs. He's showing me it looks like a big ball on a club, and he's got swords. He's got a couple of lancers, and military memorabilia mainly. Thank you. He's just telling me he had a glass cabinet, and he had a box of cigars, or a pack of cigars. Was it? Okay, a box of cigars. And he's telling me that when people used to ask him, he never touched them. And people used to ask him, do you use cigars? And he says, the King Edwards. And everybody used to think, wow, the King Edwards. And he says, he's telling me, yeah, if people would have bothered to look, the actual brand of the cigars were King Edward cigars. But everybody thought King Edward had given them to Rufus. He says, not my fault. He says, if they didn't use their mind, he says, that's up to them. And he's got little things like this. He had a leather buffet that you used to put your feet on. And he used to say that it was a magic box and things like this. You know, a really eccentric character. And he's just changed back to his deerstalker again. He says the deerstalker was his favourite one. He also had a monocle, and he was quite a character. Right, okay, he's saying that the deerstalker always hid his hairy ears. Yeah. He used to like playing Monopoly, and he also used to play backgammon, although he didn't really know how to. He made his own rules up, and he's saying it was my house, my rules. Okay, yes, he's sending right. Okay, this message is to his son Basil. These are his words now. He says Basil's knocking on a bit now, but he says I want him to know that I'm still around and I'm still with him, and I'm glad that you've kept some of his stuff. He says, and I'm glad that you've kept the cigars. He says the King Edwards, and that's exactly what he just said. Bless him. He just said, "Okay, young fella, I said what I needed to say," and he's saying, tell Basil to keep his chin up, and But don't stick his chin out, thank you, don't stick his chin out too far, because he's likely to get it hit. I don't know what that means, but I'm sure Basil will. And on that note, he's pulling away, bless him. And I'd just like to say to everybody, thank you so much for joining us, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.